extinguishing of a new flame. Former titleist Julio Gonzalez takes on unbeaten slugger Tavoris Cloud. Mexican-born and California-based Julio Gonzalez. His 11-year career has been filled with lots of thrills and a few spills.
Been with the best, I've fought the best, and just another young kid that I got to face.
Back in 2001, he was involved in one of the best fights in ESPN history. Gonzalez went down 3 times against then-undefeated Julian Letterlow. He scored 2 knockdowns of his own, though. He bookend power in the 1st and 11th rounds and went on to win a sensational, thrilling 12-round decision win.
It was a good experience, a good fight, and thanks to ESPN, they keep showing it over and over that, you know, people get to see a good classic fight, you know, and you guys immortalized me to put me in a classic. It's great.
After the Letterlow fight, he fought Roy for the titles. He won a decision over future champ Glenn Johnson. Then he took the BO title over Darius Michalczewski and lost it to Zult Erde 3 months later. More recently, he had 2 fights with Clinton Woods. In September 2005, he lost a decision for Woods' IBF light heavyweight title. Then here in 2007, he got beat in the rematch. Still, he takes great pride.
And the first Mexican light heavyweight to win the light heavyweight title, so I'm immortalizing that too. I'm going to go in the Hall of Fame eventually, and I'm very pleased with boxing, as what I've done for boxing, and boxing is done for me.
Now he's up against Tavoris Cloud, a Florida-based power puncher who's yet to be tested at the next level, but feels good about this stylistic matchup.
Gonzalez has a style where he'll come straight to me, you know, and by me being the younger and harder hitter, you know, he pretty much could knock his own self out. You know, it could be effortless for me.
I know it's going to be an exciting fight because he's a banger. I like to bang. So it's just meant for fireworks, I guess, you know. So stay tuned and watch it, and we'll see what happens.
Julio Gonzalez ready for action, and he has packed a lot of action into his boxing career at age 32. 6'2", 174, 41-5, 25 knockouts. And let's look at his recent work. You know what happened against Woods. We showed you that. But recently in February against former champ Reggie Johnson, a very controversial loss. Most thought that he beat Reggie Johnson. It went against him. And there is Tavoris Cloud, 18-0, 17 knockouts. And just watching him before the fight, he is really jacked up here for his Friday Night Fight debut. He's never fought past 5 rounds in his life. His only decision fight was a 4-rounder. Shannon Briggs has the fight plan, sponsored by AutoZone.
Oh, man, this is a barn burner right here, baby. From Gonzalez, he has to take the fight into the deep water. He got to see if this young man can really swim. He has to capitalize on Cloud's professional inexperience. If he can do that, he can make it a great night. As for Cloud, he has to be youthful and energetic. Show that youth. Set a busy pace early. Let the older fighter know that he's in with a young lion. He's got to set it off.
It is a 12-round fight, and John O'Brien is the referee. Gonzalez and Cloud ready for action. First Mexican to win a world title over 154 pounds is Julio Gonzalez.
This one here, Joe, man, this one here has got me on the edge of my seat. You know, this is a great division, and you know, this is actually the only division I'm watching right now. So this light heavyweight division is hot. So I'm really looking for this fight. Wow, great job by Cloud.
What is it about the light heavyweight division, Shannon, when you just look through the names and the veterans? Is it just the fact that you got some guys that have been there and done that still hanging around with big names?
It's crazy. It's hot. You got some great fighters. You got Joe Calzaghe, Bernard Hopkins, Tarver, Dawson, which are about to fight. A great fight with that. Clint Johnson, always durable and, you know, real professional. You got Roy Jones, of all people, you know, a superstar himself. Clinton Woods is still hanging around. You got a great vision. And let's not forget about Sean George from Brooklyn.
Sean George, who defeated Chris Berg on Friday Night Fights Both men opening up. Tavoris Cloud digging inside. Gonzalez was able to land a left hook, but now you're getting a taste just a minute into the fight of exactly what we are expecting here.
Wow. And you know what? Cloud's looking real good already. And what I didn't like just now from Julio was he was on the ropes and he looked a little lethargic. Didn't look, you know, that youth isn't there. You can see that early.
Well, at some point, you can get old real quick in the ring, and we will find out at what stage of the career Julio Gonzalez is in tonight against a young, unbeaten power puncher in Cloud.
Yeah, Julio's got to take him to the deep water. He's really got to look, you know, try to extend this kid past 5 rounds, which he's never been. And if he can do that, you know, he has more of a shot of, you know, winning a decision or stopping him late.
You just look at Tavoris Cloud, and you can see what an athlete he is. 5'10", 174 pounds, but such a big upper body and well-defined. And you see where he generates that power, and there it is. The right hand from the young, unbeaten Cloud. And now he jumps all over Gonzalez. The veteran looking to survive here against the young Tiger.
Tiger for real. Look at the trunks. The good Tiger, lion. Nice head movement, too. He's coming in, but he's coming in smart. He hurt Gonzalez, but he's still coming in smart.
Coming right after it.
I'm so glad I'm not a light heavyweight.
Bombs away from Tavoris Cloud.
Stay off that head.
Julio showing that experience, still punching back. You know what I'm saying?
Not tying up.
Exactly. He should be, but showing that experience, taking a great shot.
Right hand splits the guard with some thunder from Cloud. A big round in his national TV debut, Tavoris Cloud.
Joe, look at this right here. That was just Cloud jumping in with a left hook, lead left hook, catching him. Great right hand after that. Really applying that pressure, showing that youth right there.
Joe Tessitore and Shannon Briggs in for Teddy Atlas, who's at the Olympics with you, and our main event from Chicago. Fast start here. Tavoris Cloud, who's already ranked in the IBF and the WBO at 175 pounds, but taking what is perceived to be a step up in class against the veteran former titleist Julio Gonzalez. A dominating first round from the young, unbeaten Tavoris Cloud. The headshots in the last round, 25-6 in favor of Cloud. He had a 31-11 connect advantage overall.
I like that right there. I like Cloud using that jab. Although he hurt Gonzalez in the first round, don't forget about the jab. You know what I mean? You're a young fighter. The jab should be right there. It could possibly swell Julio up for the late rounds.
What does Julio Gonzalez need to do to settle down this pace here?
He needs to use the jab himself, honestly. He needs to box this kid. He's a banger. We all know that. He's a tall guy who fights like a short guy, but not with this guy. This guy's young. He's strong. He's got to keep him away. He's got to keep this guy on the outside. He's got to use that jab, man. He has experience. This is the time to use it.
Work. Fight. Ho. Let's work, guys.
Gonzalez working well now on the inside.
Watch those elbows. Keep them up.
Julio's shown in the past that he loves that left hook to the body. And again, he's tried it a couple times. But I personally, if I was in his corner, I'd be telling him to concentrate on that jab.
Able to slip that right hand from Cloud. Tavoris Cloud, you know, we noted in the pre-fight introductions that he was so jacked up. I mean, when that opening bell came for this big moment of his career, he was so cranked up and he just let it all fly at Julio Gonzalez. There he comes with the lead left hook. Now a right hand comes in. Boy, when he brings it, he really brings it, doesn't he?
And he should be bringing that right uppercut because that's good for him as well. After that right hand and left hook, it's a great opportunity for a right uppercut. And body work. Perfect. You heard a guy to the head, you want to go to the body because he's expecting a headshot.
Right hand to the body, then he comes into the left hook, misses with the right uppercut.
He's a thunder puncher. Look at him. He loads up on those cannons and let him go, man. You got to love him.
Jab from Gonzalez now, the right hand. More consistent work now from Julio. But the veteran knows that there is danger in that right hand of Cloud.
Cloud trying to put him in the cloud. Now he should be going to the body, Joe. This is where you want to go to a body. You hurt a guy to the head, you know what I'm saying? You want to go downstairs because the body doesn't move. The head moves, but the body doesn't.
So Julio Gonzalez started off fine, but it's Cloud finishing up strong in his second round. We were very curious to see what Tavoris Cloud would look like in a spot like this, a main event on Friday Night Fights against the former world titleist in Julio Gonzalez. Early on, you have to say you're impressed. The question is, can he keep things up for this long? It's a 12-round fight. He does not have experience going past 5. He has not been in against the class of somebody like Julio Gonzalez. Shannon Briggs' best win was a TKO win last August here in Chicago over Jose Luis Herrera. Herrera went on to TKO Aaron Williams, but this is a step up against Gonzalez.
No, definitely, Joe. And but the truth is, Gonzalez stood up to 2 heavy rounds of bombs. So if he can, take him until round 6, round 7, after withstanding that, what will happen there? He just got hit by a big left hand, but he has a great chin. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? He's still in there, digging deep, and not really showing that he's discouraged by being hurt early.
Oh, this is a guy who's been in there with some of the best that the game has produced in the last 15 years. Remember, he won a fight on Friday Night Fights way back when against Mr. KO Julian Letterlow, getting up off the canvas 3 times.
But the only thing that bothers me is the fact that he doesn't seem like a big puncher, although he has that experience. He's a tough-as-nails guy, but he doesn't have a big punch, which he may need to kind of really discourage Cloud, especially if he takes him to the deep round. Right here, Cloud should be jabbing. He's busting him up. Julio's swollen under the left eye. He should be using that jab. And not really waiting. There's that jab from Cloud. You gotta love it. What's funny, Joe, is that you look at a guy like Cloud, the way he's built, you kind of expect him to get tired later, but if he can withstand that, and we'll see tonight, if he can withstand at that punch rate, I think we may have a future, champion, if not top contender, because...
Well, who knows where we're going to get down the road, but I will say this. If you're a fan sitting at home, sitting on the couch, and you've been watching the game looking for a young power puncher that you can latch onto, and we'll see what develops tonight. Here's a guy that you already know is entertaining and fun to watch, regardless of what the outcome is. For sure.
Looks good. Looks great. Looks in great shape. Big puncher. Wow. There it is again. That big left hook that he shot off. And definitely to the crowd at home.
There's a glimpse of when he makes that decision to really load up. Here he comes now. It's like he flicks the switch there.
Right now, if I'm Gonzalez, man, I'm getting off those ropes. This young boy, he's looking real strong in the ropes when he backs him up. You don't want to be there.
Julio Gonzalez and a national TV debut against Tavoris Cloud.
Let's go, guys. That's the hooks.
Alongside Shannon Briggs, who's in for Teddy Atlas. Teddy's at the Olympics. I'm Joe Tessitore. You've tuned into a very interesting main event here on Friday Night Fights. Julio Gonzalez and the young, unbeaten slugger, Tavoris Cloud. First 3 rounds on Shannon's scorecard go to Cloud. In that last round, he landed 35 punches, his most productive so far of the night. And he had Gonzalez hurt in the very first round. And Gonzalez is an extremely capable veteran who, yes, he's put on miles on that odometer, but he knows how to handle himself.
Let's work.
But, Joe, you know what? For the first time in the fight, I've seen Cloud take a step backwards. So I want to see what's going to happen now.
Well, keeping up that pace is going to be a challenge for Cloud. Has never been past 5 rounds, and he's only been into the 5th round once. 17 knockouts in 18 wins.
And he's loading up. He's loading up on the big shots, and meanwhile, Gonzalez is working.
Break clean. Let him go. Let's work, guys.
Julio Gonzalez, veteran of 41 wins. Most recently coming off of a controversial split decision loss to Reggie Johnson. Won the WBO title against Darius Michalczewski back in 2003. Been in with Roy Jones, defeated Glenn Johnson, who would go on to win a light heavyweight title. Had a technical decision win against Chicago's own Montel Griffin, who, of course, was a titleist.
Julio's being real active right now. Just peppering them with little shots, hitting them with the jab. And again, Cloud's loading up. You know, he's loading up for that big shot. And there's that left to the body by Julio. And another right hand.
Here on the north side of Chicago, and Cloud with some of these swings looks like he's trying to hit one out of Wrigley.
Real.
Watch those heads.
Red Sox and White Sox in town this weekend, as are the Cubbies and the Cardinals. First place teams here in Chicago. And of course, it's the weekend of the Arlington Million Horse Race, so a big weekend of Chicago sports that starts off with Friday night fights. Good work on the inside from Cloud.
Yeah, and I see something, though. I see something, Joe. You know, he's peppering him. He's peppering. He's just touching him. And you learn that early. You learn that early in your career. Just keep touching a young guy.
Good things will come of it if you keep doing that. We'll see if they come for Gonzalez after this.
Love Gonzalez. He's a veteran like myself. Up right there. There's that little forearm elbow. Boom, left hook to the body.
He just sneaks that in, that little chicken wing in the midst. That's what the veteran guys do. They know how to get away and cut every corner and make something happen like that.
And knowing where the referee when to do it.
Oh, yeah. Referee gets on the backside. Take full advantage of it.
That's right.
Julio Gonzalez, after being hurt in the first round, he has put forth a very strong output. He has thrown over 100 punches in each of the past 3 rounds against Tavoris Cloud. The problem is that Cloud's punches that are landing are so much more effective. He's landing the harder punches. There are the total punches, as Cloud with the higher percentage landed. A 127-92 edge and counting here, according to our punch track numbers.
Very much. He's much more of a bigger puncher, you know, those crowd pleasers. But again, this is playing out just like we kind of thought, Joe. You know, looking to take it to the later rounds and see what happens then. See if Cloud can be that real professional, if he's ready to go to the next level.
Tried to catch Gonzalez coming forward that time as he fired off a hard right hand. Now back to the jab for both men.
Punches up.
Gonzalez being warned after that right hand strayed well. He was just flicking that jab, looking to set up that right hand. Let's get back to the concept of just touching a guy. As you say, the veteran Julio Gonzalez thrown over 100 punches in the last 3 rounds. It's just touching a guy, just touching a guy, just touching a guy. But it's sort of like a baseball pitcher. You throw certain speed, off speed, but then you bring something a little different.
Definitely, Joe. You said it at the beginning of the fight that Tavoris Cloud, he was really amped up. So what happens is this, that spends a lot of your energy early. So if a guy like Gonzalez can just keep touching him, stay in the fight, take him to later round, keep peppering him, a young guy gets frustrated. I was there. It's happened to me, so I know what it's like. Now I'm on the other side of the table. I'm the older guy looking to take those young boys into the late rounds and then drown them.
You started your career, Shannon Briggs, 25-0 before your first loss. And you had great success, obviously, after your loss. Fought for the world title against Lennox Lewis. Eventually won a piece of the world title in 2006. But you know exactly what it's like to be a well-talked-about unbeaten.
Right, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Julio Gonzalez hurt for the second time.
And it started with a left hook to the body. He started with a left hook to the body. He threw that body shot and hurt him.
Oh, and there's a right hand from Cloud. A left hand, and it staggers Gonzalez back. Cloud looking to finish it off, but only 18 seconds left to work here. Big right hand. How did Gonzalez stay up there? Isn't wrapping up at all. Looking for a way to hang on here in round 5. The young, unbeaten prospect trying to finish off the veteran and former titleist. He survives the round.
No te lastimó, ¿eh? No te lastimó, mijo, no te lastimó.
Julio Gonzalez, 32 years old, but he's been in so many battles, and on this night, he is finding out that standing opposite him is a young, hard-hitting power puncher who came to make his moment shine and break through to the next level. Shannon, how did he pull that off there?
Started with a left hook to the body. Bow, right there. You see that left hook right there? And then that left hook up top. Body shots, man. Kill the body, the head will die. And it was it from there. He was looking for those big shots. I think he should have went back downstairs, but, you know, he's young. Great right hand right there. But I think if he would have went back downstairs, he would have had a better success. What's funny is, Joe, there's no doctor looking at Gonzalez right now.
Julio Gonzalez steps forth. Scheduled for 12, round number 6, the first time that Tavoris Cloud has ever gone into the 6th round of a fight. 17 knockouts among his 18 wins. His lone decision was a 4-round decision win. So new territory for Tavoris Cloud. However, a familiar setting in having your opponent hurt. Our main event on Friday Night Fights, Gonzalez and Cloud. Can the former titleist somehow find a way to survive the power punching of Tavoris Cloud? Shannon Briggs' scorecard, a 10-8 round in round number 5, 50-45. And keep in mind, Gonzalez also hurt in the first round. Cloud in complete control. Fires back with a right hand. Little shoulder turn, then comes back with the right hand.
Yeah, that's cute. You want to love that.
And a big sweeping right hand. And now underneath to the body. Oh, lead left hook. Crashes home against Gonzalez.
Yeah, Julio's leg's not looking good right now.
He doesn't look good at all. And now there's 90 seconds left that he has to deal with. Remember, there were only about 30 seconds left when he had to survive that last round. Now, he could be taking a beating down the stretch of this 6th round.
Yeah, he's a little weather beaten, man. You can tell, you know, the years took his mark, man. But he's still trying. You gotta love him. He's still trying. But you can see the youth, the Tiger and Cloud, man. He's a beast. Right now, I'm sure people in Tallahassee going crazy. Wow. Big right hand.
He just absorbed a right hand that would put down any other fighter. Julio Gonzalez, what a chin. John O'Brien, the referee, may be taking a look here. Tavoris Cloud just raining down shot after shot.
Cloud is a beast. Light heavyweights be with.
Gotta work off those ropes.
Julio Gonzalez, they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's been in with so many legends of the game, time and time again. He's still throwing back.
Keep him up now, keep him up.
Look at him.
Now Cloud opens up again. He'd be well served to go to the body here. He's been headhunting the last few exchanges. Look at Gonzalez.
What is he made of?
Still working on the inside.
What is he made of?
Man of steel Gonzalez here. He absorbs the punishment and survives another round.
Look at this right here. This guy, Cloud, is a beast. Bam! Look at that right hand, right on the button. I don't know any man, heavyweight, I don't care what you are, can stand up to a right hand like that. Julio's a hell of a man, man. Tough dude.
Julio Gonzalez, former light heavyweight titleist, looking for one more run. 3 rounds tonight where he has been hurt against Tavoris Cloud, including the last 2. Rounds in which you question whether or not he could survive. And here he is in round number 7 against the Florida-based prospect Tavoris Cloud, who is going to become a very, very popular fighter if he continues with this kind of production here tonight. The power puncher makes for exciting fights, dominating, obviously, Shannon Briggs' scorecard. Gonzalez has never been taken out in his career.
Cloud's a kid I could definitely see. I don't know about you, Joe. What do you think? I could definitely see up there in a couple more fights up there with the big boys, with the Calzaghes.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of things that need to be added to his arsenal. It needs to be well-rounded, progress through the ranks, and be tested against others. But it's a very thick division at light heavyweight. And there is some young talent balanced off with the older veterans that we have, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future of Tavoris Cloud. I'm just interested to see what happens in these next few rounds to see if Julio Gonzalez can mount any sort of a comeback. There were moments in the last 6 minutes of this fight where you thought, well, maybe the fight could end at any second. Right. And here he still is. And obviously the pace is now slowed from Cloud, but when Cloud turns it on offensively, it's like an avalanche, strafing attack, fusillade of punches to the head.
If I had to say anything to critique Cloud,
and here he comes.
Here comes the train. If I had to say anything, I'd have to say he doesn't move his head enough. You know, I like to see him, you know, moving that head a little bit, and which would kind of really set up bigger punches as well. Kind of like what Mike Tyson used to do. Bob to the side, left, right, and then shoot up something, especially with his big punches.
But the potential is there. The foundation, the raw talent, the athleticism, and obviously the power and the want, the natural aggression is there.
And he's showing against a real veteran tonight that, you know, he's ready to step up.
Who has a chin.
Hands free, hands free. Let him go.
Although, Joe, it seems like he doesn't really have the pro experience, 18 wins, 17 knockouts, not against great competition. You can tell he does have some experience, and you can probably pick that up from the amateurs.
Cloud taking this round off a bit, Shannon?
I think so. You know, again, he's looking to land that big blow. He should be jabbing. He should be busting him up with the jab because a guy like Julio will take advantage of a guy slowing down.
5 rounds to go, Gonzalez and Cloud.
And here you see Cloud right here, Joe. He's coming in. Great leverage on his punches. Geek, right on the point. Right on the button. Right away on the target.
So Gonzalez,
Geek,
go.
right there. Touches the button, man, every time. Great leverage, great accuracy. I'm very impressed.
Cloud, 18-0, 17 knockouts. He has impressed us so far. Had Gonzalez hurt in round 1, 5, and 6. We asked the question in the last round, did he take that 7th round off? Let me give you the punch track numbers from that last round. Up easy on Shannon's scorecard. He was 14 of 47. 14 punches landed, 47 punches thrown. Both low numbers for Tavoris Cloud so far tonight.
This is one of those fights to me that Teddy used to tell me about when he trained me many, many moons ago, where a young guy steps up against a veteran, and the veteran, you know, sees if the kid if he has it. And right now, Tavoris is showing that. Again, I like to see more jabs and more head movement, but you know, he's right there, man. He's very impressive, in great shape. I thought maybe he tired after the 5th round. He's never been, you know, past the 5th round, but he's showing great condition in the corner.
There utilizes the jab. Gonzalez much more sturdy on his feet now as Cloud has allowed him to take that comfort in gathering himself after being hurt in round 5 and in round 6.
And this is exactly where I wanted Gonzalez to be and where he would want to be in the late rounds, taking a guy like that. Listen, I'm an older fighter. I'm 36 years old. I'm fighting a young cat like Tavoris. I'm thinking, you know what? I got to let this guy make a mistake. He's a young cat. I got to let him make a mistake and take advantage of it. And this is the time now, past round 5.
It's an elbow now.
Look at that elbow right there, Joe. He's ready to shoot it off.
That infighting is where Gonzalez can come up with some of that stuff and take advantage of the veteran moves. Draw me up a scenario, Shannon, where Gonzalez can turn things around here. How would he do it?
Wow, it's going to be tough for him right now. You know, this young boy is showing some real heart, some real strength. He's not looking like he's going to fold, you know what I mean? But that can change around. I like what he's doing. He's being consistent. He's peppering up with little shots. But again, there's that body shot.
Oh, it's a very, very fine body shot.
And you can see the right hand.
That elbow.
And he hurt him with the right hand as well. You can see the right hand drop down. And I was really thinking coming to the fight that would be Julio's big weapon. But Tavoris has really showed that he has the left hook to the body as well. This
is the kind of fight that can be so taxing on a veteran fighter when you take a lot of punishment over an extended period, as is the case of Julio Gonzalez standing up to the headshots and the power punching of the young slugger Tavoris Cloud. Coming to the end of round 8, scheduled for 12. Shannon Briggs, you say that the light heavyweight division is your favorite. Well, here are some of the guys in it. And you think maybe Tavoris Cloud, if he comes out of this tonight with a win, eventually can work his way into this group?
Definitely, Joe. I think he's 2 or 3 fights, maybe 5 away. I mean, actually, 2 or 3, he's ready to jump into, something heavy like this. This is a great division, man. The road to the riches right here, baby, in the light heavyweight division.
I'll tell you, that's got a lot of depth to that division. There will be some serious tests for a guy like Cloud going up against some of those names.
Yeah, but he knew that tonight, and he bought his can. He bought his can with him tonight. So, I think he's well prepared, trained by Alvin Andy, great management behind him. And, like they said, we moving him right. We moving him to the title.
We will see. We will see if he can get through these last 4 rounds. Thought that he was going to close the show in round 5 and 6 against Julio Gonzalez, but the veteran, former titleist, has stayed in there so game, so tough, and has continued to produce.
Good right hand by Julio. Good overhand right.
The 39-19 connect advantage in the last 2 rounds.
And for the first time, Cloud's actually doing a little boxing on the outside. I love that
different look from the slugger.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that jab to the body, something that Floyd Mayweather's made really popular in his career.
There's a right hand to that left eye that is swelling. Chopping right hand.
I think personally,
now there's a decision that's odd.
What's that?
Just tying up on the inside for a moment there, rather than letting the leather go.
From who? Cloud?
Yep.
Yeah, right now he should be throwing that right. I was just going to say, Joe, he should be throwing that right uppercut on the inside because Julio's been right in the middle for it, especially after he hurts him.
There's that right hand to that swollen left eye of Julio Gonzalez again.
And I thought he was hurt off that last shot. This fight, honestly, Joe, this will help him more than actually stopping Julio because a fight like this, I was a guy who had 25 and 0, 23 knockouts, and it was my inexperience that actually cost me my first loss. This is a good fight for him. He needs fights like this to take him into deep rounds, so he knows confidence-wise that he's prepared when he has to go those 10 rounds in those 12-round fights.
Watch that head. Break.
First 12-round fight of your career was the controversial decision against George Foreman back in '97. Did I say controversial? You're a big man standing very close to me. Did I say that? I said controversial. Everybody said controversial for 11 years. I'm not going to say it.
Come on, man. Take it easy. And by the way, that was for the linear heavyweight championship, so let's set the record straight.
I didn't say anything about that.
Okay.
You can say that all you want.
Okay, cool.
So getting a good look at Tavoris Cloud as he stretches himself here towards round number 10 against Gonzalez. Tavoris Cloud from Tallahassee, Florida. He may have a better year than Florida State.
Sure.
Round number 10 here of our main event. And just to get you up to speed, if you're just joining us, Cloud is an undefeated power puncher who has taken a step up here against the former titleist Julio Gonzalez, and he came out rocking him in the first round. Had Gonzalez hurt in the first round. Kept up that pace. Then in rounds 5 and 6, looked like the fight could end at any moment as Gonzalez was hurt. But Gonzalez has been in there tough against so many world-class opponents, and he survived both rounds. And then since then, Cloud has come off the gas pedal a bit. The pace has slowed for Cloud. And look at the punches and what he did in the first 6 rounds compared to the last 3 rounds, and you can see his output has dropped off. Now, he's never been past 5 rounds, so you had a feeling that he would have to deal with that, and that has been the case. But still in control here.
I think what's going through Cloud's mind right now is that is this older guy, this veteran, trying to have me punch myself out. I think that goes through the mind of a young guy, especially a guy who has 17 knockouts out of 18 wins. You know, he's always thinking, this guy's trying to get me to punch myself out and then he's going to come on. So I think somewhere in his mind, maybe, you know, that's the reserve. Jab like I thought he should. Great right hand.
Comes back with another right hand. Gonzalez thrown off balance, off to the right side for a moment.
And look at Julio. Nothing stopping him.
He's throwing back.
And throwing back, right. He's on right.
I mean, this is what a veteran pro guy who has fought at the top level does. They conduct themselves like a professional. They do what they are programmed to do. But this is the kind of fight that you worry about in terms of long-term health.
Definitely.
Absorbing a lot.
Definitely.
The eye is swelling. He's taking a lot of headshots. This is the kind of fight you worry about an older guy with.
Definitely.
Gonzalez trying to stand toe-to-toe with a younger, stronger, more powerful Tavoris Cloud. Right hand comes in.
Cloud should be going to the body. Maybe this would have ended a lot of earlier had he went.
Oh, another chopping right hand. Julio looks to hold on for a moment. Tavoris throws him back. Big right hand comes in, and this fight is over. You could see it coming. You realize the punishment that Gonzalez was taking. He's a tough guy that would have stood in there every step of the way. And what is the point of that? There is none. John O'Brien does the right thing and says TKO victory for undefeated Tavoris Cloud. Shannon, you impressed?
Very impressed. And I'm sure the people in Quincy and Tallahassee are as well.
Look at that left eye of Julio Gonzalez. Olympian in '96. 3 times fought for the world title, held a slice of it. And now, here in the autumn of his career, faces a young Tiger with the Tiger print trunks, who roared and lunged and pounced on his opponent tonight. A 28-4 connect advantage in the 10th round. And a Just for Men hair color punch track fight recap. Tavoris Cloud landing 212 headshots against the veteran Julio Gonzalez. Shannon, let's take a look back at the action from Cloud.
Nice. Big left hooks, jumping in, straight right hands, uppercuts. He does it all. I'd like to see him jab a little bit more, but he does it all.
He had Gonzalez hurt in round 1, then here in round 5 and 6. We thought the fight may end there in the middle of this, but finally getting to him in round number 10. Time and time again, it was the right hand, and obviously the condition with the eye of Gonzalez, he was going to eat more and more of those right hands. So referee John O'Brien says, that's it. I've seen enough. I think it was a very fine stoppage by the referee, a timely stoppage to put an end to the punishment that Julio Gonzalez was willing to take. And to make it official, we send it up to the ring to Steve Corbo.
Ladies and gentlemen, no need to go to the judges' scorecards on this one. Your referee, John O'Brien, calls a halt to this bout at 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the 10th round. Your winner by TKO, and now the IBF #1 rated light heavyweight in the world and the mandatory challenger to the IBF light heavyweight championship,
see if that materializes. You know the business of boxing, but nonetheless, Tavoris Cloud now 19-0 with 18 knockouts. More to come on Friday Night Fights after this. Lit up And Tavoris Cloud is going to find his name in lights. He is the winner by TKO against Julio Gonzalez. Joe Tessitore ringside with Shannon Briggs, who's in for Teddy Atlas. Well, this was pretty impressive tonight, but was it impressive because of Tavoris Cloud and what he offers up, or where Julio Gonzalez is now in his career, Shannon?
I think both, Joe, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, Gonzalez in his last fight, you know, they say could have won that fight with Reggie Johnson, but the young boy tonight and Cloud showed a lot of potential, great hand speed, power. I like to see him move his head a little bit more, but he shows he definitely should be in the light heavyweight division. Always
nice to see a power puncher in Tavoris Cloud. In fact, next week on Wednesday Night Fights, we're going to have a power puncher in our season finale. We're going to be in Florida, 9 Eastern, and it is Joel Julio in the main event. Then Shannon, you and I are going to be in Washington, D.C. next week for Friday Night Fights and the return of Anthony Thompson, 9 Eastern for Friday Night Fights, and live in studio, gold medalist from the 76 Montreal Summer Games, Howard Davis Jr. on ESPN, your boxing authority. A double dip next week, Wednesday and Friday. One last look at how Tavoris Cloud finished off Julio Gonzalez. Cloud now 19-0 with 18 knockouts. We look forward to seeing him down the road. For now, we check in with BK.
Joe, thank you. Back here with Mark Breland. Mark, again, we're watching that fight together. If you're in the corner for Gonzalez, do you stop the fight? What actions do you take?
Oh, definitely. I would stop that fight. I mean, he's getting hit too many times and clean shots.
You thought 7th round. I thought 6th round. I thought, stop this now. And most fighters, I find, would stop a fight sooner than, you know, most referees, I found.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because we know how it is being hit. And, you know, the referee's just standing there like maybe he got, you know, if there's a guy who can take a lot of shots, he'll let him take a lot of shots, but it's like, he could do it, he could take it.
Right.
But can't take too many.
Yeah, at a certain point, after the referee, I get angry with the referee, but then it's like, okay, the corner should stop this and don't make him quit. To which Mark said, he ain't going to quit, and he's not going to quit. No, absolutely. No. Let's take a look back now. We have our 10th anniversary here on Friday Night Fights. Look back at one of the most memorable, clearly, Irish Mickey Ward.
Irish Mickey Ward out of Lowell, Massachusetts. Been in against all kinds of tough competition in a career that began in 1985. Dab Judah and Mickey Ward for the USPA Junior Welterweight Championship.
Dab Judah's going to be tested here tonight. Look how good those left hands are, and he hurt Judah with that one, I think.
Yeah, he did. Counter right hand from Ward. Final 10 seconds of the bout. Corbin answers. Well, right now, in this small ring, the fight is in Mickey Ward's kitchen. The pro-Ward crowd to their feet.
Corbin's getting busted up pretty good.
All Mickey Ward.
Ward got hurt. He switched to southpaw, and Green fired off a right hand. Whoa, Green got hurt. The right hand. This is going to be some fight right here. The left hook hurt Ward. And Ward is still hurt. He's trying to hold out. He needs an uppercut. Ward, a bloody mouth, is out on his feet. And they have 1 minute to revive Mickey Ward. Ward's a game guy because he's the one who's taking most of these punches. He's been really getting banged. Green out retreat. And Green is hurt. And Ward is good at catching guys stepping out. He should not be in Mickey's territory. And he's paying for it right now. Now the referee jumps in and stops it. Everybody watching this fight at home. In between rounds, call your friends up. You're seeing something that you don't see too often. Holy cow! Both guys are trying to nail each other in between. We're not in Manila, but this is the thriller in Hampton Beach. Bombs away! Fight of the year!
Awesome. I mean, just awesome. Back with Mark Breland on Friday Night Fights after this. Friday Night Fights, I just want to say it's a pleasure, Mark, to have you in here and looking good and Greg, and growing up in New York. And I've had guys through the years say, you know, I'm going to go fight Mark Breland. I'm going to be fine. I said, you don't want to fight Mark Breland. When you're in New York back in the day. And again, it's great to see you in just great to see you in great shape. Thank you so much. Enjoy it? Good time?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to come back.
We'd love to have you back. Thank you very much. Again, world champion, Olympic gold medalist Mark Breland here on Friday Night Fights. Next week, we've got Howard Davis coming on the show, gold medalist from the 1976 Montreal Summer Games. We look forward to that. Tavoris Cloud, still unbeaten and very impressive, 19-0 with 18 knockouts. Coming up next, Countrywide Classic. Andy Roddick is in the quarterfinals. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Joe Tessitore, Shannon Briggs, Teddy Atlas, and Mark Breland, I'm Brian Kenny. We'll see you next week on Wednesday and Friday Night Fights. Your boxing